I'm so glad you stopped by. Today I wanted to share with you three tips to help your gray stay sparkling. Here's the thing. A lot of times when my customers come in and we're talking about gray, they have went through some issues with keeping their gray looking sparkling and white and shiny. So I decided today to stop and just share with you some of the tips that I've shared with them to help their gray sparkle. Okay, so tip number one is pay attention to the products that you're using. Sometimes in the products that we're using, I know that they may be products that we absolutely love, but one of the things that we fail to do sometimes is to look at the ingredients that are listed on the back of the product. However, if you look at the back and pay attention to the color additives, when you see the word color, just know that the product that you're putting on your hair strands has a color additive. When you see that word color, there's some type of color that has been added to that particular product. The reason that is important is because if you don't pay attention to it, once you wear that hair dress for over a period of time, that could cause your gray to be stained from that product. That's tip number one. Tip number two is one of the products that people absolutely love that are gray. It's called Shimmer and Lights. Here's the thing. Shimmer and Lights is absolutely a phenomenal product. I love it. It breaks the cast of yellow off of the hair that can come from that gray being dingy over a period of time or not having much personal care, or like tender loving care for gray. But Shimmer and Lights has the ability to really break through and cut some of that yellowish discoloration off of the hair strand. So it's not that I'm not suggesting that you don't use it, but what I do suggest is this: is when you're using it, be careful of using it for a prolonged period of time. Meaning, like, say for instance, sometimes I've heard clients say they put on Shimmer Lights and they just left it and left it and left it and left it until they felt like it had really done what it needed to do. Well, the problem with that is the longer that you leave it in, the more apt your gray is to grab the color, what's the word I want to say? The color hue that's in that particular product. So example of that being, you know how sometimes once you take it off, or maybe not once you take it off, maybe you've seen somebody else and their hair is like really, really purple. That's why it grabbed the base color in that Shimmer and Lights. And so you want to be careful to not leave it on over a prolonged period of time. That's tip number two. The third tip, which I think is very valuable as well, is to make sure that whenever you're using, because most people who, now I shouldn't say most people, I probably shouldn't have said that, but a lot of people who are gray choose to go the route of pressing or either the flat iron, but in a lot of cases they like to still press. And that's great. Here's the catch though. Whenever you're pressing gray or even flat ironing gray, what you'll notice over time is if you don't pay attention to how hot your implements are, meaning your pressing comb or your flat iron, then what happens is over time you start to singe that gray, leaving a yellowish or brownish discoloration to the gray. That's simply because your implements are too hot. So make sure that whenever you're flat ironing your hair, that you do not have it turn on the highest heat because it can discolor your gray. Secondly, do not leave that pressing comb in the stove or on the stove for the kitchen beauticians too long, because once you do, it will singe that gray. I want your gray to sparkle, and I hope these three tips help you in helping your gray, assisting you in your gray to be absolutely shining and sparkling. My name is Dewana Whitted. Like this page and also check me out at DewanaWhitted.com. Subscribe, and these videos will come personally to you as soon as they're done to your email box. Again, subscribe, DewanaWhitted.com. Thank you so much, and let your grace sparkle.